Facts delivers the truth that others dare not to reveal. Tune into Hard Facts every weekday, 3 to 6 p.m. and arm yourself with the knowledge you need to navigate today's complex world. Hard Facts, where the truth always prevails.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Let's talk.
Is the nation's number one talk news and sports radio station. We're broadcasting live from our audio-visual studios right here in Maryann Crescent, Victoria Island, Lagos. This is Hard Facts, and I'm Maryann Okon welcoming you. I hope you had a great weekend because a lot has transpired all through the weekend. I watched every single news item that rolled across my screen. The reactions to the Senate's latest move with the Electoral Act. I mostly thought to myself, or wondered, what the Senate thought was going to be the repercussionary effect of what they did. Because, I don't know, did they envisage that this was going to be the blowback? Or did they think that Nigerians was going, as usual, we were going to just take it lying down? Bearing in mind that, I'm thinking that if the Senate was sensitive or sensible enough to understand that people were aggrieved with the last elections, they should have or could have threaded carefully. But did they? Or could they also actually be doing this because they want this reaction? And could it be that this might also be moving us away from maybe other things that have slipped through the cracks? Oh yeah, that is a side of me that's paranoid. But I don't want to throw it on to you. Anyway, welcome to Hard Facts. It's been a great weekend. My name is Maryann Okon. We're starting off with the big three stories, or the big weekend stories, because the weekend has been very full and it's given birth into the brand new day. And also looking at stories that came on the news stream today, stories that you and I are talking about to make it trend on social media, and several other stories. Most importantly, we're docking our ship where just in front of the National Assembly, where many people have decided that they are going to be protesting. Yes, so we're going to be talking about a lot of that. But first, let's welcome you to the show. And then, of course, on the 4 o'clock hour, we'll be going to Kwara, where we'll be speaking to a local government chairman in the community where people were killed over the weekend, over last week. And then on the 5 o'clock hour, we continue with our Electoral Act conversation. Once again, welcome to the show.
Get ready for the most important news of the day. It's time for the Big Three Stories on Hard Facts. Tune in to our primetime show for the latest updates and in-depth analysis on the top stories making headlines. From breaking news to in-depth investigations, we bring you the facts you need to know. Join us as we delve into the biggest stories shaping our world today. Tune in to the Big Three every weekday, 3 to 4 p.m. and stay informed with the news that matters the most. Hard Facts, where the truth always comes first.
This is your number one station.
99.3.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
The stories that matter to you from across the street to across the globe.
There was a general complaint of voter apathy. What do you think was responsible for that?
This what this man is telling America. You so close of house property. You do this, so you close. Also, you deputy inspector general police. What a shame.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
welcome to the big weekend. Let's look at the big stories for today, shall we? These are the stories that are making the big weekend on Hard Facts. Mostly. Anyway.
The big weekend.
Let's start with the Senate. The Senate has said that they're going to hold an emergency plenary session amidst the Electoral Act amendment controversy. And of course, the build-up which has led to a protest. We saw the likes of Peter Obi, Aisha Yesufu. There's this very interesting young guy that used to be a skit maker. Then he gradually became someone who was very interested in the politics of this country. And I have followed his trajectory. Very interesting guy. He would pass off as a comedian, but he's very interested. He kind of rubs off as a Fowles. It's just that Fowles is more of a musician and he's more of a talker. He seems to also be leading. I mean, I love the fact that he does not speak from a place of emotion. He, of course, quotes the Constitution, lays the foundation for whatever it is that he's pushing for. And I saw him also on social media, protesting. And there's several other protests. I hear that there's another protest that was powered by Action Aid and supported by Yaga Africa and several other people who also are at the National Assembly. So obviously, I don't know if this was a curveball of sorts for Akpabi. I don't know. I want to take you back to the conversations that led to this. Obviously, the papers generally told us that they have passed the Electoral Act bill, but they have not accented to, or rather that they kicked against the electronic transmission of results, and that the senator who's leading the Senate, who is the Senate president, had said that we were reverting to status quo, which is what was in the 2022 Electoral Act, not the amended one, which obviously raised eyebrows. Now, we had some senators led by Senator Naya Baribe and several other people who flanked him, Tambuwal, the lady from Kogi, who said different. In fact, what they were saying was that this is exactly what they who sat in a closed door meeting agreed to, as opposed to what they're hearing in the media. But here's Senator Akpabio today. I will take you back to Naya Baribe in a bit. Here's Senator Akpabio today, speaking on the said issue. I got this video online, so let's play this video. We're live on facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM, also live on YouTube. Here's Senator Akpabio, and then we'll go to last week's press briefing by Senator Naya Baribe and several other people. Let's put that together side by side and see what you make of it.
Use of electronic transmission, even if it's transfer. But real time means that in over 9 states where networks are not working because of insecurity, there will be no election result. And nationally means that if the national grid should collapse and no network is working, no election result will be valid. But you see them talking. We even have a young man from Akwa Ibom who is, I think he's a publicity secretary in one of the parties. You hear him talking, you would think he's Senator Effiong Bob, who has seen it all. He doesn't know anything about lawmaking. And he will talk and talk and talk. But what can I say? I can't answer. The Senate does not conduct elections. So we don't deploy technology. We only make laws. INEC must apply the law. The timing, scope, and modalities rest with INEC, acting within the framework of the law enacted by Parliament and interpreted by the Supreme Court, as the Supreme Court had interpreted about this electronic transmission. People should go and read these things.
Excellency, my brother and friend, a very distinguished senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, who is the president of...
Even if it...
All right, we missed that part by David Mack, but I think Sherry played it over and over again for your listening pleasure. Now let's go back to Senator Naya Baribe, who was flanked by several other senators last week, and this is what they had to say.
We felt, those of us who are still around, that it would be necessary to make a clarification of what happened yesterday, to put the records straight. Yesterday, the Senate did not, I repeat, did not pass transfer of results, which was in the 2022 Act. What we passed, and which the Senate President himself, when he was doing a clarification sitting on his chair, is transmission of results. And I need to make this very clear. Every one of us who is a senator, who has the privilege to represent a senatorial district, came here under the trust of their senatorial zone. And the reason for us to go into a closed session was so that we can tidy up all the niggling things inside there. And when we now come back to plenary to pass it, that we will pass it without any rancor. I can assure you, on my honor and the honor of all of us who are standing here, that both the Electoral Committee of the Senate, then the Ad hoc Committee of the Senate, and also in the executive session that we had, that we all agreed on section 63, which is electronic transmission of votes, or electronic transmission of results. Transmit, not transfer. What is it we felt?
Emphasis on transmit, not transfer. Anyway, that's Senator Naya Baribe, flanked by several other members of the Senate who somewhat opposed what the Senate President has said and has recently also said, which is obviously what stirred the reactions of Nigerians, because the senator is saying that most of us are talking about stuff that we don't even know. And then at some point he's even saying that, well, you know, it's not that we have passed, we're still all going to come back and ratify it. That's why I'm saying that there has to be something. Either that they wanted this to happen or that they didn't think it through. And this is not the first time that something was passed and then a member of the Senate, the last time was House of Representatives, that said, this is not the revised version this is not what we accented to. This tax bill that is gazetted is different from what we agreed to on the floor of the National Assembly. Which makes me question intentions. And it makes me also question what exactly is going on in our National Assembly. Well, welcome to the show. I'm going to move on to another story, which is obviously the biggest. The reason why I started with this is because this is the biggest story and this is what everyone's talking about as we speak. Let's talk about the state of our economy, shall we? The Vanguard newspaper here says that manufacturers record 1.8 trillion naira on sold goods as demand slumps. Despite signs of improving macroeconomic indicators published by the federal government and the latest financial results of the Nigerian Manufacturers Association or the manufacturing sector, they have indicated that significant pressures continue to persist. Financial Vanguard's findings show that the manufacturers have continued to grapple with rising inventories on sold goods, littering warehouses along with swelling stockpiles of raw materials, exposing deep inflationary constraints foreign exchange and credit pressures that continue to weigh on the industry's performance. Leading manufacturing firms in the first 9 months of 2025 recorded combined inventories increase of about 200 billion naira, rising to about 1.8 trillion naira from 1.6 trillion naira recorded in the corresponding period of 2024, representing an increase of about 18.8% over the same period. Raw materials inventories climbed to about 15.4% they climbed by about 15.4% to nearly 1.5 trillion naira. Financial and industry experts say that the structure of the increase suggests that inventory accumulation in 2025 was driven not only by unsold finished goods, but also deliberate stockpiling of inputs as firms struggled to hedge against inflation, exchange rate, volatility, and tight monetary conditions. Industry experts further say that the trend contradicts official claims that inflation moderated significantly in 2025, given the persistent rise in production cost and replacement values. Let me say it in clear terms. Governments, they give their own statistics. They feel the reality. That's what they say. And for those of us who are indeed feeling the reality, what has changed in terms of your spending? What are you prioritizing these days as opposed to what you used to? I mean, what exactly are you now putting off the list because you must survive, whether as a business owner, as a manufacturer, as an employer of labor, or even as an employee? What are the things that you can no longer afford to either pay for, eat, do, that you've cut out? Because as much as they're saying that the economy is good, let's look at the macroeconomics, like they keep saying. What is your reality? Let's go to the southeast. IPOB orders total cancellation of sit at home.
99.3.
I'll be right back after this break.
We'll be right back.
That special secret that awakens taste buds. Mouth-watering wonder with awesome aroma. Terra Seasoning Cube.
Terra Seasoning Cube turns your meals into a masterpiece.
Unwrap joy, unleash taste. Hey, come cook with Terra Cubes. Come cook with Terra.
Nutria, the give joy. Creamy taste plus vitamins where they walk.
It get vitamin A, B6, B1D, with protein and calcium for the whole family.
I carry and go school, now my yoga PDs.
Open up, drink up, feel up. Nutrio, my yogurt, irresistible. Nutrio drinking yogurt, now correct product from Seaway. It get 2 type where you fit enjoy, sweetened and strawberry. It there for 500 ml, 400 ml, and 125 ml. Nutrio, my yogurt, irresistible.
Mom's love is pure. It's so no she does. Mom's special jollof puts a smile on your face. Mom's yummy fries cheers you up. Mom's tasty stew nourishes the family. Golden Terra oil, tasty. Golden Terra oil, nourishing. Golden Terra oil, Golden Terra soya oil.
Golden Terra Oil helps mom pour her love in the tasty, nourishing meal she cooks for her family. Golden Terra Oil, pour pure love.
What is health? It's more than the absence of illness. It's the state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. But let's delve deeper. Health is the heartbeat of life. It's the rhythm that keeps us moving forward. The pulse that echoes our vitality. It's a symphony of balance and harmony, resonating in every aspect of our existence. Health is a silent conductor, orchestrating the dance between the body and mind. It's the energy that propels us towards our dreams and aspirations. It is the foundation upon which we build our futures. So, what is health to you? Join me, Kofi Bartels, this and every Thursday for Health Thursday, 8 a.m. on the Morning Crossfire as we explore important issues affecting your health. Only on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Good tasty food is worth living for. Worried about your oil every time you enjoy your favorite meal? Introducing Golden Terra Smart Balance Oil. Smart Balance Rice Bran Oil is rich in gamma oryzanol. Several studies suggest that gamma oryzanol may contribute to the reduction of bad cholesterol. Golden Terra Smart Balance Oil. Good food, no worries. You want to hear all about it? Welcome to the Talk Station. It's more conversation and more conversation.
And then weeks later, there was a U-turn. Well, there was a coup.
Military arrest 65-year-old woman supplying drugs to Boko Haram.
That means they know where they are. Why don't the army go there and destroy the whole of that place?
Why is it only concerned about politics, bringing everybody into the APC?
Nothing did not take place. Those people are still in custody of their abductors. Another one has taken place.
As Yusuf dumps opposition for APC, in fact, everybody in Kano has dumped the NNPP.
So Kwankwaso are coming out now to say, I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying that he does know, right?
I don't know what these guys will use to campaign again come 2027.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. This is Hard Facts.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We're broadcasting live from our audiovisual studios here in It's Me and Crescent, Victoria Island, Lagos. I'm Maryann Okon. These are the big three stories for today. I've run through two already. The Senate's holding an emergency session tomorrow amidst the obvious brouhaha of the Electoral Act amendment. And manufacturers have recorded, according to the Vanguard newspaper, 1.8 trillion naira unsold goods as demand has slumped. Now, IPOB here has ordered a total shutdown and cancellation of sit at home in the southeast. Before I go into the details, is IPOB saying now that they ordered it because now they are ordering a cancellation? Because half the time IPOB was saying it's not us though. It's not us. Could it be that they're owning up to the fact that this all started with them and then they're putting an end to it? In the best interest of all those who either support them or not in the southeast. Anyway, let me give you some background. The proscribed indigenous people of Biafra has said that its leader Nnamdi Kanu ordered the cancellation of the Monday sit-at-home across southeast with effect from February 9, 2026. This was disclosed by IPOB spokesperson Emma Powerful in a press statement issued on Sunday. He added that the directive came directly from Kanu. Recall that the pro-Biafran group declared a sit-at-home in August of 2021 as a way of protesting the rendition of Kanu to Nigeria and his subsequent incarceration. During the exercise, we hear that markets, schools, banks and offices remain shut. Powerful said that with the current directive, there is no excuse or justification for anyone to stay at home on Mondays, adding that markets, schools, offices, transport services and economic activities must resume fully and normally from Monday. I'll move away from that. Finally, the Premium Times paper here gives us a very interesting story. Do you remember Pantami, the guy who made us all line up in the sun, in the rain, to get our NIN because he promised that you could use that NIN to track and trace every single terrorist kidnapper in this country? Do you remember the same Pantami at some point decided that he was going to raise funds on social media for his friends' sisters who were kidnapped, and we wondered whatever happened to NIN? Well, now he wants to be the governor of Gombe State. Well, Pantami, according to this headline, is reaffirming APC's loyalty. He's saying he's loyal to the APC and he's eyeing the governorship seat. While he's yet to officially declare his intention, there's a growing momentum around it among his supporters, coupled with his recent political activities, suggesting that the former Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Isa Pantami, is eyeing Gombe state governorship to succeed Inwa Yahya. I'd like to hear your thoughts and comments. The phone lines are open. 60 seconds is all you have. Join the conversation. And as the Senate convenes tomorrow, will we be their priority? Or will there be a wiggle room yet again, for Akpabio and his friends? 0201-277-0993, 0201-465-7190 for the ladies. If you're joining us on WhatsApp, it's 0809-5975-805. And that's also for our diaspora callers. If you are calling from the diaspora, you are the only ones who are allowed to call on WhatsApp. You can join us live on Facebook and on YouTube. If you are an ex, use the hashtag HardFacts. And please, when you call me, turn off your radio, because if you do not, I will nicely hang up on you. Thank you. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Yeah, good afternoon, Maryann.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Go ahead.
First off, talking about the Electoral Act, I was wondering, asking if the word IRF, has appeared, on the act, because even if you say electronic transmission and so on, what if the Supreme Court says, they do not recognize IRF, because it's not captured, as a word, in the Electoral Act. So because no lose guard, now in this campaign, now. Talking about governorship election and the people that should be, going for governors, it would be sad if somebody like Isa Pantami, makes it, because at a point there was this his video, that got released of Islamic radicalism, of which he came out, to say that he is now a repentant, Islam leader or so on. It would be good, that the people of Gombe State, wake up, that we don't have a terrorist sympathizer, at the end of our affair. Good afternoon to you.
All right, thank you very much for calling. 0201-277-0993, 0201-465-7190. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Maryann, good afternoon. I've called 100 today. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay. The protest about the transmission or whatever nomenclature I want to use. We know that we don't have sensitive people at our church. But let us see how it goes. Then the IPOB, now the kind has said this time with that number that is not encouraging it. It was when it started, when the kidnapping, it was a civil protest, which by all standards is not anywhere bad. Is it not better than Georgia than to war? But when the designated IPOB as a terrorist organization instead of APC that Canadian government has designated, all these things are just way out to continue to marginalize the society. But let's say it's good. Have a nice day.
Now, wow. Is okay. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Greetings, Maryann.
Yes, good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is Countryman, and I'm calling you from Lekki.
Go ahead.
Yes, these our politicians. We all think Nigerians are illiterate, so they can come up with any stories and tell us, and we will accept because we choose to. And as for this,
sorry, are you fanning yourself? Please don't fan yourself. Just finish talking before you continue fanning yourself. Sorry, I understand. No light. I understand.
So if they think this electronic transmitter or whatever will work, we don't need that. All we don't even need voting in this country. What we need now is revolution. We should take this country back.
No, sir. Sorry.
We should take back our country.
Yeah, but we can do that by the polls. You can't say that you don't need voting in the country now, guys.
When we do that in the poll and the election will be rigged, our result we will not get.
Well, if we all come out, we'll make sure that the election is not rigged. This is what I keep saying to everyone. We're 200 plus million people, and the amount of people who have been registered to vote, it's a tiny percentage of them, of those people, that are our leaders. It's also a tiny percentage of them, if not almost a dot of them, that are paid to carry machetes and guns. And if all, let me even just roughly say 90 million out of 200 million people show up at all the different polling units, you think those all those are mobile and all those funny people that come to polling units to threaten people can withstand the crowd? We will be the mob. But now no one come out. So you'd rather just sit at home and say, oh, they will rig our election. They will. Stop it, please. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Maryann, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
You have Mr. Mbako from Elasa.
Go ahead.
Yes, Maryann, concerning the Senate and the law, you see, you remember that they did the same thing where they want to pass the tax clearance bill. You know, then they did the same thing. Then bring it to the house, another thing. Then went to another thing, do another thing. Now, the same thing they want to repeat. Mr. Mba said it has reached a time, if it's truly a democracy, that the Senate will be scrapped because they are not passing any law that will benefit a common man, rather for themselves. So time has come. In as much they are not able to implement the law that will suit the crowd or people, time has for them to scrap them because there is no benefit from them. All Nigerians are crying and weeping. Yeah, they are in boss. Look at what they are doing. People are protesting everywhere. So now, the Senate should be scrapped. They are not sincere to the people.
Thank you for calling. Thank you for calling, Mr. Mba. The Senate cannot be scrapped. We can only replace them with people who we think have a better vision for the people. It's like saying that you should scrap the judiciary. We can't scrap the judiciary. The country stands on three legs: the executive, the judiciary, and the legislature. You can't just say let's scrap it. It's not a military regime, is it? Welcome to Hard Facts.
Hi, my friend.
Hello, Mercy. How are you?
I'm fine.
Great, great, great.
Good afternoon,
Good afternoon.
I greet everyone.
Yes.
Maryann, how long Nigeria go move forward? Since what they bought me for this country, and Nigeria remain the same. Unless you want to come now, what will be the new thing those leaders they want to do for us? I don't really not just understand. And every time they are carrying our money to fly everywhere, and they improve. How those countries they are using their technology to do everything. You understand? Even including your own phone that you hold, that you can still use it to vote, and we read. I don't understand this country. If they don't value us again, Kukuman poison us, maybe Kukuman die finish now. We need something that can improve the country. Every day, the same talk. Now, Mary, my love, tell your family people, make them change this country.
Now they're my family people. Oh, really? How convenient. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Good afternoon, Maryann.
Good afternoon.
This is Malik speaking from Ladipo.
Go ahead, please.
Maryann, election, what's it called again? Transmission or translate or transfer of results. do you expect Akpabio to pass that into law when he did not contest a primary but is the Senate president? Do you expect Akpabio to do that? Look, when the poor man want the rich man to fight for them, and the rich man is eating up there, who will fight for you? Nobody. Until we come out by our own self and say enough is enough for this rubbish, it will not stop him. Akpabio to pass, transmit, or translate, or transfer. You see, there's no network in some states, Abi, but that same state has bank and they have POS. Good afternoon.
Thank you for calling, Malik. In case you're just joining us, program is Hard Facts, 99.3 Nigeria Info. We're broadcasting live from our audiovisual studios here in Maryann Okon, Victoria Island, Lagos. I'm Maryann Okon. We're looking at the big stories from the weekend. Most importantly, the passage of the Electoral Act, the amended version. It has obviously ruffled a lot of feathers, because this one said that one said, and there's been a lot of versions. And this is the second time in a row where someone said, well, that's not what we passed. That's totally different. Okay, don't worry. Let's talk about it behind closed doors. This is the third, because Ningi came out to say, well, as much as the National Assembly said they were in the know, I, Senator Ningi, was not consulted as a member representing my people in, I think, is it Sokoto or Borno State? One of those. And then the Senate president says, oh, well, you see, issues of security cannot be discussed in public. Let's do it behind closed doors. Well, in this case, some things were done behind closed doors. Yet, there are people who are saying, well, that's not exactly what we agreed. This is exactly what we agreed. But you're telling the world something to... What exactly is going on in the National Assembly? Blimey. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Maryann, good afternoon.
What's your name, sir? Where are you calling from?
My name is Bolaji from Ijoko.
Go ahead, 60 seconds.
I will be calm this afternoon because Sheriff has spoken in the afternoon, but he did not play the hard fact. I was waiting for this hard fact. On the Fabio, the Bible says, who among you, being humans, will his child ask of fish, and he will give him a stone instead? So that one to Akpabio. Sheriff says something that if they want to transmit this thing electronically and they snap one picture, and when everybody goes away, maybe another picture will be snapped. It is not possible. He should go and Maryann, please help me play the throwback of Mike Igini, who explained how RF works. So RF RF is I think is what we need, because when they...
Oh, I'm so sorry, but you hit the 1 minute mark. I didn't hang up, or I think your network cut you off, but thank you for calling. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Good afternoon. My name is Robert from Apapa.
Go ahead, please.
Well, me, I am not expecting anything from this on your mandate, which after National Assembly, led by Akpabio. You understand? I don't even know if the law they make is not for human being, maybe for another species. I don't know. You understand? I think look at Akpabio now. What money cannot do, more money we do. So he's conveying people tomorrow to go and gather to discuss the same electoral whatever transmission that is controversial now as we speak. Abi? The same person that say I will send prayer. Who knows, maybe as even send prayer to some people, maybe, but that is why they want to convey so that the eyes, as usual, we have it. This is the type of country that we find ourselves. Just imagine. This same thing, the Supreme Court gave a judgment on it that there is no law that mandate INEC to transmit election electronically, and this is the reason. Why can't they do that for the primary function to make sure that they put that electoral as into this thing?
All right. Thank you very much for calling.
We almost what they debated.
Thank you very much for calling, Robert. 60 seconds is all you have, guys. If you're listening to us from the diaspora, you're allowed to call 0809 5975 805. That's 0809 5975 805. Only those who are listening from outside of the country are allowed to call us on WhatsApp. But if you're listening from Nigeria, you can go ahead and send us a WhatsApp message, or you could join the conversation on X. Use the hashtag HardFact, or you can go on Facebook and YouTube Live and post your comments. Let me start from there to read the messages that are coming in. Brian Davis says, what are the exact words that need to be included or expunged from the electoral reform bill? Do you mean for the transmission of results? Because there's this debate of semantics. They're saying, well, it probably should be transmit in real time. Of course, put that in inverted commas, open and close. Or, in brackets, there are those who are saying, well, it's transfer that they said, which leaves it open-ended. Meaning that if, you're unable to transmit, then you can do whatever. You can manually, send. But they're saying they want it to be a particular way. And that is what we should stick to. No ifs, no buts. Anyway, let's move away from that. I'd like to read some more of your messages, but let me go to YouTube Live. Blessing here says, voter apathy plays into the hands of those who want to rig. If people don't come out, results can be manipulated. You're right to encourage people. We outnumber the politicians and their foot soldiers who intimidate voters. Even with with everything we experience, every election cycle, I still believe my vote counts. Okay, Blessing, you might be one out of many. And I love this mindset because, you see, this is the winning mindset. And when I'm talking about winning, I'm not talking about your candidate. I'm talking about we winning against the politician who's criminally minded, who's thought to themselves that, oh, they've got everything. They've got money, they've got soldiers, they've got the police, whom we still outnumber. And they've got their thugs that they've also armed and given some 50,000 naira and given them machetes and guns that will later end up in the hands of bandits who would still kill and slaughter us. So how about we come out because we have the numbers, and then we become the mob, because by the time you see that we outnumber you, you'd go home. You'd literally drop your gun and your machete, either just join the ranks or run home, because we're going to be like a legion. I think that's the mindset that we need. I already have that mindset. I just need for us all to get on board and not say, they will still rig. How are they going to rig it? Hi, Ayo here says, Senate needs to know our taxes are funding their lifestyles, their lavish lifestyles. They should make voting and selection of our leaders transparent. I hope Gombe people will reject Pantami. And he says, at home needs dialogue. Okay, Ayo. Let me go to WhatsApp quickly and read some of the messages that are coming in. Burglars are not even comfortable with CCTV cameras. You don't expect beneficiaries of electoral malpractice to pass a bill that will liberate the system. This is from Adegbembo Victor. Thank you. Ayodele here says, e-transmission of results should be mandatory, but people need to register to vote. Politicians should be afraid of voters. The process is okay for our democracy. Who are the people behind the killings in Nigeria? It's the big question. That's a good question. Yes, we're going to be talking about that on the 4 o'clock hour. We're talking to a local government chairman in Kaima, where the killings took place simultaneously in 2 different parts. This one says, Maryann, millions of we Nigerians believe Tinubu's administration reform policies. So sorry, sir. You, one person, are millions. So you're speaking for millions. When did they appoint you to speak for millions of Nigerians? He says, we are ready to vote for him. Peter Obi or nothing, or Atiku or ADC or ADP, your callers should stop cursing or believing that it's APC versus Nigerians. Are we foreigners? Tinubu till 2031. Aderemi, if you are going to vote for Tinubu, vote for him with your full chest. Don't look for others to back you. We're not backing you. What makes you think I want to vote for Tinubu or for Obi or for Atiku? You have one vote, sir. So say, me, Aderemi, I'm voting for Tinubu because I like his policies. Don't drag millions, these so-called shadow millions that you have. Please, sir, take a seat. Thank you. James Tengu here says, the issue is not electronic transmission. These people are experts in the game and they can manipulate anything. I feel Nigerians should be worried about absence of strong opposition. If there's no one, I think this government will be up and doing. Or if there's one, you think government will be up and doing. The moment the only viable opposition is the ADC without a manifesto, how can you trust such people with a mandate? I think it's the fact that we all just think that it has to be one person. Why does it have to be Peter Obi? Why does it have to be Atiku? Why does it have to be Amechi? We all don't have to pitch our tent somewhere. If you see that there's some guy in a whole different party that you think is better, because there's that thing that they say they all belong to the boys club, and you find a guy that you think who's thrown his hat in the ring might not have the support of the people, and the people say, well, we want a brand new person, we want to infuse new blood. Support that person. I don't believe in is this person or nothing. I don't believe in that. Vote your conscience. Anyway, this one says, Maryann, they are still afraid to conduct fair elections when they have taken all the governors. We should be alive to our responsibilities to reject the decision of these senators. I guess Nigerians are. That's why they're all, most of them are at the National Assembly today protesting. When we're talking of a revolution, it doesn't necessarily mean violence, but the concept of revolution Shawari promotes, which is that all of us must troop out and be involved. Revolution is not by violence alone. Let's declare a state of emergency on our own to effect a change that we are craving. Peter from Ogun State. Okay, Peter. This one says, even if we show up, election can still be rigged. It's all about money and not numbers. So the money that they give, do they give it to spirits? They give it to Nigerians, yeah, who are willing to take the money and swing the votes, right? So you're the problem. That guy that takes the money is the problem. When I say we, I'm talking about all of us. If we all decide that, bring your money, we go chop them, but we will not vote for you. Or you say, I'm not taking the money because I don't have 5 million to pay INEC. Because when they see me receiving, they might not know who the sender is. But I mean, the sender can afford more than 5 million. I can't. So you take 5,000, you take 50,000, and then you're fined 5 million. We have to make deliberate efforts to step up against, all these tricks that they continuously bring to the table every election cycle. We have to now start being 10 steps ahead of them. So if you, sir, no one disturb yourself to vote, why are you disturbing me? Because you'll be the first to say, this country is bad, no? But you don't want to vote. Please, sir, sit there. All right, this one says, the fact that you think if you move in a mob, they won't rig it. They have weaponized poverty. They have people who will vote for them for 10K. Also, tech can also be hacked. There are so many ways they can rig it. I don't have any hope. I'm sorry for you if you keep thinking that way. Tunji here from Surulere says, as Nigerians, there's something we're missing. What we should be addressing is those factors that make political offices so attractive that politicians want to rig elections. Once we address this, we may not even need anyone to man the polling booth for free, fair, credible elections to take place. Tunji, what's your favorite brand? Let me buy it for you. Because everybody else is just a prophet of doom. Let's take a quick break. Let's see. Once we come back, I could take a few more calls. I might be able to take one more call or a message. We'll be right back after the break, okay?
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
When you sprinkle
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.